Good morning. It's Saturday, it's 10 o'clock, and it's not Crackerjack, it's Sue. Welcome to the Zinzino Get Started training. I'm a diamond with Zinzino, and it's my pleasure today to bring you the fundamental steps of how you actually get started and making sure that you get the right start. And it's so important to get the right start in the business, for sure. It's one of those things that quite often can be overlooked because for whatever reason, maybe your sponsor has only just joined themselves and hasn't been shown in the correct way. But if we get people started in the right way and enable them to access especially the fast start bonuses that Zinzino have in those first 30 to 60 days, it's going to be very much more of an interesting and exciting journey for you. So let's crack on. So about getting started, it's also about deciding why you join the business. I think so many people kind of get excited about a business that kind of can give them a residual income, but they're not really sure what the goal of that is. What their ultimate goal is. Is it to have more holidays? Is it to buy a new house, buy a new car? All those things. And as long as you can define those, then actually you can start putting into action the plan that you want to achieve. We also have this amazing Fast Start. The covers changed slightly, so the Fast Start Express Start brochure, it's 88 pages long, and you can actually find it in your back office. So you don't have to wait for your order to arrive if you've just joined. You can actually access this and download this in your back office in the file library. And it's one of the most important factors, and unfortunately one of the most overlooked things. I've got people who have we've gone through the program, Fast Start program with them, and yet they still haven't even opened the booklet. So this booklet is our little step by step, what to do, how to do it, opening dialogues, what do you messenger, what do you text, what do you say to people? All those things are in here. But it's also about your willingness to bring a contact list of people. So deciding that you want to actually be part of Zinzino is great. We're thrilled to have you on board. But it's also important that you need to start contacting people. And sometimes people are a bit hesitant about doing that because they're very protective of their contacts. And we understand that. And this isn't about stealing someone's contacts. It's about helping them into the program with you. So those 100 people, please, please, please don't kind of say, well, they'd be good for this and they'd not be good for that and they're too busy for this. Don't prejudge people, because by prejudging people, you're actually cutting out possibly some of your key people who would be perfect for your board of directors. And we need you to, once that you've created that list of people, just jot them down with a phone number. It's so that we can actually get together where you know them from. How, kind of, are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on LinkedIn? All these different avenues now that we have with social media. Plus we have obviously our own personal contacts that we know people one-to-one. And it's about prioritizing those. Prioritize those who you would probably consider to be perfect for the product. Maybe they've got a specific need for the product. Someone maybe has got arthritis that actually wants to alleviate that naturally. And so it's very important that you actually kind of prioritize them in the right way. You're still going to show them exactly the same thing. You're going to show them product and you're going to offer them the business as well. But it's actually then it gives them a choice. And then it's about contacting them and actually booking meetings. Who do you know that you would turn around and say, can you meet me for a coffee? I would love to run something by you. And I don't know whether you're going to be interested or not, but it's just something that I feel would benefit for you and your family and the present circumstances. Would you be happy to meet for a coffee? So you're looking at people, you're booking people to meet for a coffee, or or a Zoom meeting, as we've been doing over the last few months. And I think it's actually opened up a huge amount of more avenues than we have before lockdown, because now people are thinking outside of the box and actually kind of going, well, I know someone in Australia who would be fantastic at this. So, or I know someone in America that would be great at this, and connecting with them via Zoom, whereas possibly we wouldn't have considered it before the lockdown. You're going to book those meetings, and this is a meeting where you're just going to have a chat with them and perhaps find out if they would be happy to take the test. You know, when Nigel and I sat down for a coffee with Dave Ives and in Worthing at Easter Sunday, or Easter Saturday, I think it was, last year, and he said to me, would you be, you know, how do you know that the products that you're using currently are working? And I said, I don't. And he said, if you and I could do a test that would establish what your food has done for your system, for your body in the last 120 days, would you be willing to take it? And I went, yes, absolutely. Because I had been taking a product for 30 years, and Nigel as well. So, but it was obviously, we had no idea whether it was working. So again, it's just finding out whether it does. So this test is crucial. And people will either come back and go, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm interested in my health. Yeah, I'll happily do that. So that's the starting of that. And then perhaps run through a presentation. We've got some fantastic little presentation booklets. This gives you a complete presentation booklet here, which is just runs through. So you could literally take this in a bag and walk through it with them. You don't need to have internet connection. You can send them to a product presentation that's been linked and put up onto the website, these YouTube site that we have, if you don't feel confident in doing it that way. But it's actually getting someone to commit to having a look at that presentation. And then after that, they're going to probably have a few questions that they want to ask you. And maybe they need to have a second look at it. And that second look is actually quite important, because that's probably where you're going to involve your upline to actually maybe do a more in-depth presentation with them. But it's about following that system. This little booklet is worth its weight in gold if you follow it. If you don't follow it, then it's just another little booklet. So we have, we're very lucky. A couple of our distributors within, or partners within the team, Stephen Lee Wilson and Greg Johnson, have actually put together this Zinzino, Team Zinzino link tree. And this is designed to actually just shortcut where we send people. And this is a really great way of actually just sending this out. So you can see it's a link tree, and this is a really clever little platform, which actually you can put specific links in, and it will take them directly to where you need them to be, which is fantastic. So Dave's, you can see Dave's little post here that's on the left-hand side. Welcome to the team. Looking forward to arranging your personal Get Started training over the next 24 hours. And you'll need to schedule 30-45 minutes for this, 60 minutes, to enable you to get set up and get any initial questions answering. And then this is about the first few steps. So then go through to the welcome audio. So just go through each of those little tabs on the link tree, and it will take you to a video, or it take you to an audio. So it's a really clever way of actually doing it, and it takes so much time out of it, because it's very difficult sometimes to remember what you've sent someone. So if you've sent this all at once, this is a perfect way to do it. It's a very quick way as well, and it's something that you can save. I've got it saved on my phone, so I can actually just send it out whenever someone joins, which is great to know. So what are your short-term goals? We look at the beginning of our Zinzino journey is basically summed up in 30 to 60 days. And the reason this is done, because there are certain things in those 30 to 60 days that you can take advantage of. And this is earnings wise. So working with your upline is key. It's very important to actually work together. And the reason being is, and even now, you know, even as a diamond, I still use Dave to do three-way calls with me or Zoom with me, because it's always easier when there's someone else who they've got no opinion of, whether they like me or hate me, you know, that they don't have an opinion of Dave. So it's working with your upline, but it's also using that Express Start booklet. Now, your first 4 customers are your crucial to actually getting started in this business. And that would take you Smart Bronze, and that means you're going to earn some cash bonuses as well, and a Smart Bronze bonus. And then also 4 partners, which will take you for a Fast Silver if you've done that within the 30 to 60 days. And then it's building up to 10 customers. So if you're getting 10 customers, that's going to take you what's called X-Team Express. And you're going to get another bonus for that. So it's also about starting to learn about the product, what we have available. You don't need to know everything. And we're very, very lucky in the fact that we have these amazing back office, which I'm just going to show you in a minute. And you've got a file library in there, which is extensive information about all the products. It's got all the PDFs for every product that we've got. It's got different ways to do it. It's got Fast Start trainings on there. So we've got really everything that we can start people off on in the right way. And it's going through that checklist. Inside your Fast Start brochure, I had it at the page, there is a checklist. Make sure you've checked all those things. So it's, you know, have you created your Z4 auto order to ensure that you can access these Fast Start bonuses? Writing that list of 100 people, trying to schedule, or not trying, scheduling your first 10 appointments, and whether that's on Zoom or whatever, do that. Just make sure you follow those in. And make sure you have your upline's details and your upline's upline details. In case you can't get hold of your initial, immediate upline, you can go to someone further up who maybe have more experience as well. So this is it, the business launch. Welcome to the team. So our, 1 hour meeting normally is where we focus on teaching you the basics to get your business started. And as I say, your first 2 weeks, it's really just working out your strategizing your launch together with your sponsor or your sponsor's sponsor as well. Making that plan of 30 to 60 days is so crucial. And there are so many things that happen within those first, 2 months that you can't often regain. So if you don't achieve them in those first 2 months, then it's sometimes difficult to regain them. Occasionally they have special offers on and promotions on that you actually can do a Fast Start again. So if you haven't achieved them. So that's always, look out for those if you have people within your team who haven't achieved them. Booking those first 10 meetings is crucial again, and just really making sure that you know exactly where the links are to going to the, you need to have to be able to send out people so that they can have a very quick look at the 2 or 3 minute video. So this is our amazing back office, and it's constantly being updated. So new things happen every now and then. So we've had quite an uplift in the actual back office recently. And so it's constantly being tweaked. And I think over lockdown, a lot of things have actually slowed up a little bit in that respect, but then some things have actually sped up. So it's been fantastic. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see the panel at the left-hand side. That's where you get all your immediate recognition, the direct-to-trip, the file library. Now that's the file library I mentioned earlier, that I said that's where you'll find all your information with all the PDFs, everything that you need, all the forms you need, and that's where you'll find your online one. So even from day one, literally minutes after you have joined, you can access this online so you get the best start possible. You also have a quick status here. You can see just here on the left-hand side, just here. So quick status, that will give you a snapshot of your business. Now, obviously, if you've just started, it's not going to be showing, it's going to be showing zeros everywhere. But as you progress during in the plan, you'll find it's a very quick way to find out exactly where you are right at that precise moment in time at any day of the month, which is great. And also your activation. Now you see there's a little, there's a little exclamation here. Now that is there until you've achieved something. So that if you've achieved everything on the list, then that will go green. It will just disappear. So you'll get green ticks everywhere within there. So please go through the back office with a fine tooth comb, really, to just orientate yourself around where everything is. This is where you will find your customers. As you bring on customers with Premier kits, this is where you will find them. And you're actually able to go into there. You can see exactly what they've purchased by logging in into their customer back office. You can't change anything other than, you know, kind of the flavor of the product, really. And then we have further down, we've got reporting here and also finances. Reporting is really where you're going to find everything that you need month and weekly to find out exactly where you are in your journey with Zinzino. The finances is where you're going to see your earnings. And this is always lovely to see when you get a new little, amount of earnings within there. We've also got something called a web account, web access, I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called now off the top of my head. And you need to actually activate that. Oh, we've got someone drawing on the screen at the moment. Don't know why. This should be interesting. Okay, we've also got Zinzino Hub, where we can access all our links specifically for the products and sharing those as well. So these are linked to our Facebook pages and your Instagram pages and LinkedIn pages. So very useful to have. So this is the Success Express. This is the you know, kind of, as I say, 88 pages of it. It's amazing. We also have a GoCore app, and GoCore is fantastic because it actually comes attached to your auto shipment, and this auto shipment is there to really to help you, and especially if someone is new to the business, this is fantastic because it gives you an awful lot of motivational talks, audios from different speakers in pretty well every language now. We also have videos now as well, which is great because you can access the videos on there too. And so this is a fantastic piece of an app that is just available for partners, and it comes in conjunction with your auto shipment, your monthly auto shipment, which you need in place to make sure that your points are kept within your wallet. We also have Zinzino.tv, and Zinzino.tv is fantastic. It's an amazing resource, and so all the different videos are in there in various languages. So you just need to click on that. So if you've got someone in another zone, that you can actually click on that and get them a link to a product video or an instruction video within their own language, which is fantastic. And I love this. It's just so well done, so professional, and just saves people time trying to find where everything is. We also have One Mondo Global. This is our larger group. This is Marco Passanante's group, who's our Royal Ambassador. And he's the head of this group, if you like. And he put this together so that we would have a safe place as partners to actually be able to go into and make sure that you know, we are in there. It's where we celebrate each other, celebrate our achievements, and you know, reaching our goals, which is fantastic. And it's so lovely. You'll get an awful lot of news on there as well from different leaders within the business. And we have some incredible leaders from around the world. So we're very, very blessed in that respect. And you are able to invite your members. So you can invite a members. You would need to be with them, friends with them on Facebook. So you'd need to invite your members here, or you can alternatively add their name here as long as you're friends with them. And then they have to be accepted into the group. But it's a fantastic, you know, kind of part of our business. It just celebrates each other, which is great. We also have our Team Zinzino UK page, which went live in March, and this is our UK one. So we are very lucky to have Steve Morley, who's heading up the UK for us, and he comes with a huge credibility and pedigree, if you like, from previous companies he's worked with. And I'm so excited that we have just so many people. I think we've got over 1,000 people within this group now, and more people joining on a daily basis, which is great. And again, you're going to get information on there, especially corporate information. So this is a really important one to be part of. We also have our Team Zeno UK. Now this, Nigel and I put this together just purely because a lot of people, there's so much information that you get initially, and it was where can we put everything that people can find it easily. And so this is, again, a bit like Stephen's Linktree. This is kind of what we've done for the team as well. So we've got different playlists. So you can see we've got business presentations, influencer presentations, US ones, Paul Clayton, different trainings, etc. So the different playlists, they've got lots of them in there, and you just click on the one that you want. And quite often, we've done that because quite often people relate to other people. So if you related to me, for instance, then you may want to source out the presentations that I've done, or if you relate to Dave or Fitz or Scott, so each person is going to have their own way of doing it. So it's not kind of in stone whether it's going to be exactly the same presentation, which is, I really like to see different people's presentations. It's great. So it's about coaching and inviting as well. And it's about sponsoring and teaching people to follow the steps and using the system, using this, making sure of that memory jogger. And memory joggers are there to jog your memory. Funny old thing. And that is really the key to, oh my gosh, it's like opening up, peeling an onion, and you get a different layer. You go, oh my goodness, I've forgotten about so-and-so because they're a chiropractor, or they're an osteopath, or they're a doctor. So it's being able to just unearth different people. So adding people to your list on a daily basis is key to the success, really. And then it's about contacting, inviting. And there's lots of different scripts within here that you can use if you're not used to doing anything like that. And it's also about creating your story. Now, if you haven't got your story yet, product story especially, then borrow someone else's. Borrow mine. Feel free to. I had a heart attack 2.5 years ago, and I'm now off all my medication. And I put it down to the fact that I took the test, and I've been taking the balance oil and the other products, and it's improved my health dramatically. So it's enabled me to come off all my medication. But it's actually helping them create their story as well. So once you've started to do that, then it's just a matter of duplicating, and that's key to leveraging the business and income as well. But nothing comes without planning. If you say to people, what are you up to today? Well, I don't really know. And unfortunately, a lot of us have been at fault at that, and I have it in the past, and kind of gone, I've got no idea what I'm supposed to be doing today because I haven't sat down and thought about it and planned it out. So now this is a weekly thing. We have one of these. I print out exactly one for Nigel and one for me, because Nigel still has some things that he's doing currently. And so he's got limited time to be able to do that. And so it's just making sure that you've got the time in. So for instance, the things that you know that you can't change, i.e. presentation. So today, 10 o'clock, we have a Get Started training. We have, kind of Monday, we have our audience with at 8 o'clock. So we have Tuesday and Thursday, we have our 8 o'clock meetings. So put those in, because those should be penciled into your diary effectively, to say, I'm busy at that time. That's my Zinzino time. But also then you need to take into account whatever commitments you have at the moment, if you have a job, or if you're looking after children or whatever. So there's going to be certain times available to you that you will be able to do, Zinzino as you're within those hours. So it's establishing those, and then it's working to them, because nothing comes without planning. It's, you know, you don't get in the car and not know where you're going and just drive around aimlessly. We all need to know where we're going. And whether that's on a sat nav or a map or whatever, this is your map to success. We also have put together, again, I spent a lot of time putting this together initially before the launch of Zinzino in UK. We went into lockdown in March, so it kind of, a lot of the daily meetings, which were penciled in on a daily basis, were not available to do. We were doing a roadshow of places that we were visiting, and so that people could invite people to come and meet us there as potential partners and potential customers. So at the moment, we have got limited amounts because we're still semi-lockdown, but we still have a lot of activity going on. So you can see, this is today's actually. So we've got on the right-hand side, you can see today's date. So if you click on the little coloured square, oh, Mr. Drawer, you're in again, are you?
So I'm monitoring it. If it gets any, then we'll bring the training to a...
Okay, all right, thank you. So this is really just to really show that you can actually expand that and find out exactly when the meetings are, etc. And the links are in there, so you'll be able to click on those links to get to them. So the business presentations, Zoom presentations, and those will change on a weekly basis. So we also have that app available on the phone, so you can actually download it onto your phone, which is really useful because, again, you can have that expanded. Now, this is an old one, obviously, when we were back in 3rd of February, that one is, but it actually brings up the venue. It shows you exactly where the meeting is. So we'll hopefully go back to those very shortly. But again, it's just having it on your phone so you know what's going on, which is really important. So your first 10 meetings, okay, you're going to be making a call to people. And so whether you make a call in person, i.e. actually on the phone, or whether you're messaging, if you text message, I personally don't like text messaging because I consider it to be a bit spammy. I prefer to do a voice message on my phone. And so you can do that in Messenger or WhatsApp. And in fact, you can do it in LinkedIn now as well. So you can do so many different things. They've all kind of jumped onto this idea that it's a good idea to actually hear someone's voice. And I literally just said, I'd love to run something by you. You know, is there a good time that we can have a chat? You know, let me know, or whatever. Just have a small script and work to that script until you get comfortable with using it and comfortable in what you're saying, rather than stuttering and stumbling as I did in the first few times. And then it's going to really either meet and greet, so either meeting for a coffee. Coffee shops are open again now, so we are able to go out and meet people, which is great. So make sure you have that time and a place. But if you're not able to meet them because maybe they're too far away, then perhaps get them onto a Zoom call. Or a Messenger call or a WhatsApp call, just so you can see each other face to face. And then, you know, just let them have I always make sure that they have the short video, the balance oil video, and the test video as well. And in fact, the new video that's just come out with the health protocol is fantastic. So I'm hoping they're going to integrate that into the marketing side of it in the Zinzino Hub very shortly, so we can actually share that with our link as well. And there's going to be a reason for you meeting, so it's either business or product, or maybe it's both. I always think it's nice to be able to offer people both, because even if the business isn't for them, then the product probably will be. But if you know a specific reason for, you know, why someone would want to look at the product, then that might, I mean, they may then see the sense between, you know, kind of choosing to take the product or actually then to recommend the product to other people. And quite often it's nice to bring a colleague with you, or if you are going to bring, you know, someone with you. So for instance, if I was meeting someone, I asked Dave to come with me, and because I felt that he would relate to him. then it's just, I'm going to bring a friend with me, because you know what, I've only just started. So there's going to be loads of questions I'm sure you'll have, but my friend will actually be able to answer those for you. So again, and then confirming that meeting, and you know, hopefully you get a very positive result out of it. It's very few people have said no to meeting. Very, very few. I've had one, I think, one who said no, but it's not, again, it's not no for it. He's still actually coming back to me every now and then and saying, so how's it going? It's going really well, thank you. so you know that it's just about drip feeding. So every now and then I'll send him a video and just say, oh, I thought you might be interested in this. Haven't pushed him at all. So again, it's just really drip feeding people and getting the right, you know, commitment from them, and make sure that you confirm the meeting. And I think more importantly, if you're going to have a meeting, make sure you follow up and have another meeting. When would you be able to meet again, so we can discuss what you thought about it? So again, so it's how we're working nowadays. So we've got the short presentation, or 2-on-1. So very short presentation. If you're comfortable doing it yourself, then that's great. If you're not comfortable, then do it with another person, because your sponsor or your sponsor's sponsor. Because that just, as I said, gives you credibility, the fact that you're actually referring someone else because it's part of a team. There's lots of different ways you can work as a home party. So a lot of people have been doing home presentation parties. I know some people who've been doing Zoom parties with about the products, which is a great idea, because we can all sit in the comfort of our own home in our own safety without having to wear a mask, but also be able to look at the products and understand the products as well. We also, a lot of people do Facebook Lives, and that's a great way of actually getting people to notice you, for instance. I'm not comfortable doing them. Dave does them all the time and does them really well, but I don't like doing it. I can't stand seeing myself on video, and I always switch mine off when I'm doing these Zooms. Or alternatively, you can do it on Zoom. Happy to do it on Zoom though. It's whatever way you do, it's just so adaptable, especially in this sort of time at the moment that we're experiencing, where people's jobs are really vulnerable. Nigel read out something earlier today. He was reading that I think it's 250 million people are, I think it's 250 million, yeah, 250 million people are going to be out of work within this year, just because they have no longer got jobs. So all of a sudden, people are now looking at opportunities to see what else they can do without having to go out to work or, you know, kind of risk their livelihood on. This is just a way of doing something and actually integrating it into what you do anyway. So whether you work part-time, full-time, you can integrate it. So I don't think anyone's jobs are safe now. Always book the next meeting, schedule the next meeting, which is what I mentioned just now. So if you've met someone, if you've got a 2-on-1, if you're meeting 2-on-1, if you've got a home party, if you've done a Facebook Live, work out when you're actually going to speak to those people again. Because it's again, when can we catch up again? And obviously you've got to think about this, and you know, maybe they kind of just want to mull it over, or maybe want to talk to their partner about it. And the partner hasn't been at the meeting. So this is just right. Well, can we reschedule a meeting? Maybe have another coffee in a couple of days' time. How would that do? Make sure you set that time. And for goodness sake, if you've said you're going to call them or you're going to meet with them, for goodness sake, turn up at the time that you have suggested that you are going to be ready. Because if you don't, then it's not going to look good for you. But again, it's just reaching out to people and seeing if they're open to looking at an opportunity. This and the presentations really are great, because the presentation booklet, as I say, is very simple to go through. You don't have to cover every single word in here, but it gives you a basis of what is available and what sort of things you need to do. Very professional booklets. And I think that if you can show those, that, you know, it's such a simple thing that you can, as you say, chat over a cup of coffee. It's about building relationships with people. And I think people become more comfortable with looking at another business if they feel comfortable with that person. If I was to rush in and, you know, pitch you hard on a business, then I personally would have backed away. But it's actually building that relationship. And it's also finding a need for people. For some people, you know, do you have a need for an extra income? Do you need an extra income? Well, actually, yes, I do. I've just been made redundant. I've just been furloughed. I don't know whether I've got a job at the end of the month. I don't know whether I'm going back to work. Who knows? But it's always, you know, finding a need, or maybe it's a health need that they have. Now, for me, it was a health need I needed. Obviously, after my heart attack, I needed to redress what I was doing within my body. But it's also, it's about communication, and the communication of that positive feeling. And then it's about booking that second look, and involve them in the process, involve them in the system, because again, that's really important, that they understand that it's very simple to do if you know the tools and if you use the tools. So we've got some goals, and we mentioned earlier about those first 30, 60-day goals are probably the most important within your Zinzino business. And as someone who's just joined, and I know we've got a few brand new people on here, so this is your, you know, kind of criteria that you actually need to go through this and understand it. And that may be with your sponsor, if they're capable of understanding it themselves, or it may be the sponsor, as I say, someone upline who can explain it better. So finding 4 people, 4 customers, and that could be, well, it's actually interesting. It's not 4 customers, it's 4 Premier kits. So that could be one person with 4 different items. So it could be a balance oil, it could be a Extend, and a Xenobiotic, and a serum. So that would be your 4 customers, effectively. So those 4 customers would make you a smart bronze. And that's really just to help you get your product for your own personal product, which you have on auto ship for free. But it was also, you're going to add some little bonuses here. So you're going to get a 10% cash bonus, which equates to around about £52. And then you're going to get, plus you'll get your Zinzino for free as well. And you also get your £90 smart bronze bonus. And as long as you achieve that in the first 30 days. And then Fast Silver. Fast Silver is where we've still got our 4 Premier kits, yes, but we're now looking for 4 partners. And that can either be 2 partners on an ultimate pack, or it can be 4 partners on smaller pack. As long as the credits of the products actually accumulate up to 375 credits, then you would qualify as Smart Silver. And it's actually quite reduced. So Silver itself is 750, but Fast Silver, they've actually reduced it dramatically. So, you know, it's a really good one to really push for. So that's Fast Silver is there, and you're going to get £135 Fast Silver bonus as well. In addition, plus you'll get an ECB, that's enrollment credit bonus of 100%. So all of a sudden you're starting to earn some money within, and that doesn't have to be within the first, you know, kind of 30 days. It can be in a matter of days. And the people who, I think we did it in about 4 or 5 days. So it's, you know, it's not something to miss. Don't miss it. It's worthwhile doing. And then we have X-Team Express. Now, X-Team Express can be done up to the 60 days. And it's quite important to actually say that X-Team Express, the 10 customers or 10 Premier kits. And again, remember, it's not necessarily, you know, kind of 10 individual customers. It could be, as I said, you know, kind of 2 customers with 5 each, or it could be, you know, whatever analogy you want to make of it. You don't have to have those. And remember, you can also be a customer yourself. You can be your own customer as well. I'm not saying that you should be all 10 of those, but it's, I mean, definitely better to have better customer, you know, kind of proper customers, rather than all yourself. But you could do it that way. But you're going to make that 10% cash bonus. You're also going to earn around £78 of that. Plus you've got the ECB and you're going to get the 130 X Team Express bonus. Now, if you don't achieve the X Team Express bonus within those 60 days, you actually don't unlock your ECB until you have got to 25 customers, which is 18. So just really to make sure you understand that, so we don't want you to miss out on getting those extra bonus. So it's we have a huge amount. I'm not going to go any further than that because it's probably enough for you starting out. But you know, we have a huge amount of levels within the business, and these are only just some of them. So you're looking at you know, kind of the different amount of money that you can earn on average with each of these different levels. So it's about deciding what you want to you know, earn out of your Zinzino business, and to, first of all, how much time commitment you have. A lot of people don't have full-time commitment, and it's one of the things that's always intrigues me is to, you know, kind of the people who maybe are, who seemingly are the busiest, actually go quicker in this and faster in this than a lot of people who've got all time to do it. So it's about committing yourself to making sure, going through that that process of allocating the time, as we mentioned, and making sure that you have that set out in that planning. Oh, can't see it very well on here. Yeah. Oh, too much sunshine. Yeah, the planning. Oh, wrong side, that side. So making sure you set out what time available you have, and I really hope that you have found this of value today, and hopefully we will see you climbing the ranks within the business, and really look forward to be able to get to see people and meet people in person rather than just on Zoom. So my name's Sue Booth. I'm a diamond with Zinzino, and thank you very much for joining me today. And just remember that we have our product presentation on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock for people who you'd like to invite to that. We also have a business presentation, a live business presentation on Thursday at 8 o'clock as well. And also we have our making sure that we do clock into our Monday meeting with audience with at 8 o'clock on Monday with Steve Morley's business account on his Zoom account, and then we have our team Zoom at 9 o'clock on Monday evening as well, which is Zoom. And oh yes, mindset training for anyone who wants to join. So if you're wanting to get a little bit more motivation and a little bit more insight to what can be achieved, then the Sunday motivational training, which is an audio training, absolutely has been absolutely invaluable in my view. And it's you know, kind of 9 o'clock in the evening on Sunday. We've moved it to Sunday so it doesn't take up the whole of Saturday during the day, because we can go out a bit more. So thank you so much again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all soon, and take care, be safe, and go forth and multiply. Sounds good, doesn't it? So yeah, go forth and multiply with lots of new partners and new distributors and new customers. Thanks very much. Take